everybody. Okay, so we've got the regulator back in, as you can see here. We're just going to give the gun a quick clean. This is silicone, by the way, WD-40. Now remember that I make these mobile blow units. They're fully regulated and they fit on a paintball bottle. Yeah, any tech worth his salt should have one of these. You can range it from about 30 psi to about 200. Watch this. Pretend the eyes are in place and I've got paint on my eyes. All you do is stick this in there and you go. You haven't got paint on your eyes anymore. You're ready to go out and play. What did that take? 10 seconds? Like so. Job done, yeah? It's all about tools, guys. It's all about tools. So what we're going to do next, and what I want to talk to you about, is the fire chamber and the fire chamber's relationship with the marker itself. Okay, now the fire chamber, you know, it has to be a good fit, not overly tight, not underly tight. Now I'll tell you why. If these, you see these rubber O-rings here, if these are too small, air will get past them and you'll end up with bolt chuffing. That's where the bolt doesn't make its full stroke. You'll end up with inconsistencies, you'll end up with first shot drop-offs. Now we actually have these O-rings in, I'd say we've got these in about 3 sizes, like 19s, 20s and 21s, yeah? Now when I come to fit this, what I will actually do is I will drop a bore gauge into this marker. Let me just get our bore gauge on my verniers. Now this here is a bore gauge and I'll show you exactly how it works. What we do is we're going to drop this into the bore. We then spring it out, see the little arms come out there. Once those arms are set at the internal size of the bore, we can lock this at the bottom. Then what we do is we just take a general sort of reading. Now if you don't want to go to all that trouble, and you don't have to, it's quite a lot of work. Plus these things are expensive, they're very, very expensive, yeah? I'm not expecting you to have them. So how else can we do it? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take all the O-rings off our fire cam. We're just going to leave that one on. So I want to know if that O-ring there is a good fit. Now it goes in, it's quite tight. Remember that these O-rings have no movement, they don't move around. So that would actually probably be okay, but because that's so tight, I can probably change that for a smaller one. But what I want to do is show you how to check each individual O-ring just by using the gun body, and you do it like this. Like so. And again, that's a good tight fit, but we can probably go a little bit smaller on there. And again, we'll move it down to the next one. But what I'll do now is I'll turn this back to front. Notice this fire can is now back to front, okay? But it doesn't matter what way it goes in because it's the outside diameter of the O-ring we're looking for. And that's actually a good tight fit. I'm going to check the last one, and again I'm going to put this in backwards. Now that's a very, very tight fit, that one. So I'll reduce the size of this O-ring. I'll probably reduce this to from a 21 to a 20. Now let me see what we have. I have some other fire cans here, and you'll see this one has different colour O-rings on. And notice also how it has a black O-ring at the front and white O-rings here. Probably what we're going to find there is that when this was machined, the cutting tool probably went in here 1 or 2 microns more than it has done on anything else. So check this one again, and that is a really good fit. That's not too bad at all, I like that. But I want to check these O-rings here, but I don't want the friction off of this O-ring to give me a false reading, so I'm going to take it off and we're going to start again, but this time we're checking this O-ring here. And that's actually quite a good fit. I'm quite happy with that. So again, I want to check this O-ring, so I've got to take this O-ring off. And for those that follow my channel regularly, yes, it's the Stone Roses. We're having another Northern Day. I'm going to walk over and headbutt Damon, mate. It's just the Northern way of saying hello. Do it in Glasgow all the time. Right, this front one here is actually a little bit too tight. I don't like that. But there's a fine medium between just right and too tight. Just right and too tight, my man. That's not too bad. That's a nice fit. In fact, so I can do this whole can now with these white ones. I think, if my memory serves me rightly, these white ones are 19s. So we're going to set this up with this can on these white O-rings at 19. So next time you come to take it apart and you lift your latch, this whole fire can will slide out lovely. Okay? Right, so that's that down. We've turned that down. Now, this is Kelv's one. This is one I've been blueprinting. Now, what I want to show you here is that, so you know there's no underhandedness. I'll say well, none of this stage kiddie scripted rubbish. Now notice that this bolt is not pushing forward. Now the reason this bolt is not pushing forward is this bolt doesn't have a spring in it. This is a soft nose one. I'll put a spring in, but for the purpose of what I'm about to show you, I want to show you that this bolt does not have a spring. Okay? Fucking Michael Caine. Go away! Michael Caine comes to me when I'm sleeping. He whispers in my ear. It says, "Here, Cubby, there. You know that gun you're doing? Behave." So we're going to slide that in there. Okay, that's on lockdown. Now what we're going to do is we're going to gas the gun and we're going to listen for the first shot. Now the first shot on a LUXE, on a standard LUXE, or you know, a LUXE that's not been looked after or set up, or you know, had little details done, or has been messed around with by your mate down the pub who knows everything about markers. He's never played paintball in his life, but he knows everything about paintball markers. Any of those above ones, if they've messed with your gun, your first shot will be all the rest of your shots will be up. But your first shot's just as important as every other single shot, okay? And this is a good way to make sure that everything is cool. Now, I want you to listen. Listen. Send £10 in the post. Right, now listen, really. Now the first shot was exactly the same as the three that followed after. Now we're just going to degas. And we're going to regas. Now listen again to that first shot. Listen. Second shot. Third. Fourth. Three shots that came after that first were exactly the same. This means this is a really exceptionally well set up gun. Been blueprinted. Every single part in here is in harmony with its brother and its neighbour, okay?